everyone. Thanks for joining and welcome back to Wall Street Bullion. Our guest today is Aaron Dishner, co-founder and lead instructor at thebettertraders.com and Mastering Assets. Thank you for joining us, Aaron.
Yeah, man, it's good to see you, Ivan. How you been?
I've been really good. How have you been?
I've been really, really good. Yeah, I mean, this crypto market right now is choppy, but it's still really good for trading. I also got to spend a week in Bali. I was invited to Sui RL, like Sui in real life. So like Sui is another cryptocurrency, kind of similar to Solana, I guess you could say, or Ethereum, but
Right.
amazing team, amazing opportunity to meet a lot of other builders and creators, which is incredible.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about, we all know we're a precious metals channel. We're
Yeah.
heavily in silver and gold. Some people are in cryptos in our community. Some people are strongly against it. But let's talk about the prices of Bitcoin. Like I'm looking at before we started recording, we're talking about how it was in 2023. Bitcoin is at 23,000 in 2023. We're at 152, almost 153,000 today. What are your thoughts? Are you scared that the price is 153,000? Or are you think it's going to go back down? What are your thoughts?
Just curious, which trading pair are you looking at that you see 150,000?
I don't know. Oh, it's 153,000 Canadian.
There we go. Okay,
There we
that
go.
sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah,
For
this is Canadian.
USD, yeah, for US dollars, it's only at 110, but with the conversion, that makes sense. I was like,
Right, yeah.
wow, this is
Yeah.
amazing. I just made
Yeah.
another $40,000.
It's a good day today.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
No,
it's
I
under
think
153 Canadian, yeah.
yeah. Um but again, it's like the same idea, right? Like I think a lot of people in crypto right now are disillusioned by the promise of like this insane like return from alts. Even me too. Like I was expecting alts to do so much better, but time and time again, Bitcoin just wins over and over. I bought the majority of my BTC back in July of 2022, and it even dumped. I bought it around 21 or 22K and it dropped down to like 15 or 16K because of the FTX bankruptcy collapse. Good old SBF, serving time. Good riddance. Um,
Yeah.
but the main thing that people forget is that the Bitcoin halving events not only reduce the scarcity, the amount of Bitcoin that's mined per day and that's released every 10 minutes or so when each block is mined, but it also sets the starting line for the bull market. And the reality is that if you look at the performance of Bitcoin from every previous halving up until where we are now, as far as like a percentage goes, there's a great X handle called the rational root, I believe it is, and it's like a weird carrot, PFP. But this account talks about this all the time, where the fact that we are pretty much near the end of this bull market, yet so many people are of the belief that no, Bitcoin has to go up to like $400,000 by the end of this year, which is insanity. But that's also the same insanity that we saw back in 2020 and 2021, a lot of peak euphoria, peak hype. So I'm seeing a lot of those similar signs, and I'm starting to, even though I'm not seeing a lot of the same indicators that I watched before top out or flash or ring, I'm getting the feeling that we're near the end of this bull rally, which will be again another situation where a lot of people are going to be really angry, really upset. They're going to feel cheated. They're going to feel like, wait, I was supposed to get this. The market was supposed to give me this and this and this, all these things that were promised where
Yeah.
market's going to do what it's going to do.
Hello, my
Yeah.
silver and gold bugs. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching the video. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and also hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. Back to the video.
Yeah.
What are let's talk about gold versus Bitcoin.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the precious metals community don't believe in Bitcoin or any type of cryptocurrencies because they don't see it as a physical store of wealth,
Hmm.
like compared to gold or silver. They see that, as much as people say in the crypto community that, oh, you can't track it. You can't track it. But then in the silver community and gold community, we say no matter what, they can track you for a digital asset. But
Hmm.
yeah, so let's do gold versus cryptos. What would be the benefit? Maybe you can say owning crypto um, versus gold, or do you agree with both? Yeah, what are your thoughts?
I think there's a good reason to have both. I'm not of the belief that you only have to have one. You have to either be 100% in crypto or 100% in precious metals or stocks or commodities. Like, no, that's foolish. You should have a well diversified portfolio.
Right.
The base case, the reason for Bitcoin, in my opinion, is obvious in that it's very, well, it's immutable money, it's trustless money. You don't have to have a middleman to redeem it. You can just send it wherever you want. You just have to remember that seed phrase. Just like gold has a drawback where you have to have physical bars that are kind of heavy, so you can't really easily pack those into a suitcase and just fly to the Maldives and live there forever. Like you're gonna have some physical item. Whereas with Bitcoin, you just have a mnemonic phrase or you have this key that you can get access to those Bitcoin or the Bitcoin that you have on the network, and then you release it, then you can change it out for cash, whatever you want. So I think another way to consider the differences between the two is that I don't know if you're religious. I am. So like if you were to consider like the relationship or like the analogy is a better way to say it, like some people that are Christians believe that a crucifix holds power. It's a thing that they can physically touch, they can see. If you go to mass, if you go to church, you might see a crucifix up there. But the reality is that I'm a believer, so like I'm not looking at the power of the crucifix, I'm looking at the power of Jesus Christ. And that's my
Right.
faith. I'm not trying to profess or anything, like not trying to change anyone's mind,
Right.
but just
Right.
as an analogy, my faith is not in a physical thing, it's in the thing that I can't see. And a lot of people make decisions in things that they can't see. A lot of the time, driving on the road, I'm in a car that I can control, but I can't control all the other cars, right?
Right. Right.
So
Right.
there's an element of like, well, there's value, and it's like, where are you going to be placing your value? I'm not saying that Bitcoin is Jesus and gold is the
Cryptocurrency.
cross. I'm not saying that. I'm just trying to like, it's just coming to mind right now as an analogy. But I think that both are really important in the same way. I'm not going to make a message out of this at all, but it's just like
Right.
that's what's coming to mind to help.
Yeah, you know, and that's a great example because yeah, because it's a very strong belief for us in our in the silver and gold community that it's
Yeah.
like, you know, and of course in an apocalyptic situation we'll always
Yeah,
rely it to that where we'll be like, "Oh, how are you going to access your Bitcoin if the power goes out?" But
exactly.
being more realistic and looking at it, let's say the power and the apocalypse doesn't come for next 20, 30 years, 40, 50, 100 years. Then let's just look at Bitcoin and say, it's tough because for precious metals and silver and gold stackers, we're very in the camp of, if you don't hold it, you don't own it.
Yeah.
And that goes for, of course, even silver and gold stocks. Like a lot of the silver,
Hmm, hmm.
the hardcore stackers will not buy the stocks or the ETFs. But absolutely, it's so important to diversify. Are you looking at any precious metals like investing right now, silver, gold? Are you seeing the recent price movements like silver's breaking out 13 years
Yeah.
high?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely, I watch gold and I watch silver every day as I walk or basically work down my watch list. One thing that I will be considering is how to expand or grow my Bitcoin stack. And one thing that I will do is I'll probably buy some Pax Gold. So Paxos is a cryptocurrency company that denominates their currencies either in Tether, which is basically a stablecoin equivalent, and gold. And I believe there are other ones. Tether issued their own gold-backed cryptocurrency. I think it's XAUT. So the idea of this essentially is that you're using Bitcoin to buy gold. So with the expectation that Bitcoin, I expect Bitcoin to have a drawdown of around 75% that's going to last a year. So while I will want to cash out, I'd also like, I mean, if I feel like gold's going to remain bullish and not necessarily pull back, or maybe there's going to be some sort of financial event that sees a crash, gold will have a little bit of a pullback. Bitcoin will have a way bigger pullback. Everything else in crypto is going to literally hit the floor before it bounces back. So using gold as a buoy for my portfolio is actually something I'm considering a lot more this time around than I did previously. If I had actually taken like half of the Bitcoin I had instead of just cashing it out for stable coins like USD and buying gold with it, I actually could have made a little bit more BTC as the price of Bitcoin went down because gold didn't fall down as much during the same amount of time.
Right. And I guess another thing that came to mind too is a lot of the silver and gold stackers will look at, the history of gold and we'll say, gold
Yeah.
has been here for 5, 6,000 years.
Yeah.
And cryptocurrencies, let's say 30, I don't know how many years cryptos have been here, but let's say 30 years, 20, 30 years.
2009.
2009, yeah. So it's I guess you could say in the grand scheme of things versus gold, it's still in its infancy
Hmm.
stage. Which is nothing
It's a
wrong with.
teenager.
Yeah, it's a teenager, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a teenager years, compared to gold, of course, which gold has been here for thousands and thousands of years. But you're
Mhm.
right. In today's day and age, you're not going to carry $100,000 of gold in your pocket at the airport.
Yeah.
You can do that with a Bitcoin or any type of cryptocurrency. Um, so yeah, I guess there's benefits with owning crypto. There's benefits for owning gold. You can have both.
Mm.
But I don't think it's for sure constructive to just say, oh, I'm going to have gold and not own anything else. But
Yeah.
it's the same thing with the crucifix and the beliefs. I can just believe in gold. I can hold gold. But do I really have to go into cryptos? No. But if you want, you can for sure diversify.
One thing I would consider a lot of your viewers, especially if you're into precious metals, gold and silver, they're doing really well right now. Just taking what I'm saying about, you don't have to know all the nuts and bolts about it, but understand that I believe we're very much near the end of the Bitcoin bull run. And if Bitcoin is done in a bull run, everything else is going to drop a lot farther. So we've seen some cryptocurrencies shoot up hundreds, if not thousands of percent over the course of 3 years. So that means during the bear market, we're going to see so many of those coins lose 75 to 99% of their value. I kid you not. Even the ones that everyone loves and are talking about. So if
Right.
you're a gold and a silver investor and you've seen the cryptocurrency train pass you by, don't worry. You'll have
Yeah.
a chance to buy. Probably, my guess is the market's going to bottom out. I expect next year to be a bear market for Bitcoin, that it'll drop probably down to like $37,000. Ethereum will probably drop down to $1,000. So you'll have enough time and you'll have to wait for the market to bottom out. You might not be able to time the bottom, but there's going to be a great time to buy at the very bottom of the bear market when everyone's given up on it. No one likes Bitcoin. You're mocked for talking about it. You can actually watch other metrics. Like YouTube is a great place. If you guys haven't subscribed to this channel, do it now.
Oh,
But
thank
like
you.
watch my channel, right? Watch the other big crypto YouTuber channels and see how do their views stack up with the peak of the bull market. And you'll see views are down, subscribers are down, people are starting to make content about gaming, or they're just going into like cockfights, like they're gonna do whatever they can
A-
for views.
And that will
It's
be
not
the
gonna be
time to
about
buy.
crypto,
That will be the
right?
time to buy.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
there
yeah.
will be another chance. Right now though, it's a little bit risky in my opinion to just like ape into everything
Yeah.
personally. But you guys do what you got to do.
If
No,
you're a gold owner,
absolutely.
you already know about all the ways precious metals can hedge yourself against financial instability. Monetary Metals is revolutionizing how people can invest in gold and silver. Right now, there's opportunities for you to earn 4% interest on your gold paid in gold in their marketplace. Now is the time to secure your wealth in an asset that the government can't inflate away. Join thousands of investors earning interest in physical gold and silver every single month with Monetary Metals. Grow your gold over time so that you're not just preserving, but growing your wealth in an asset that can't get inflated away by just printing more money. Visit the link in the description below to
You guys
get
do what you got
started
to do.
now. No, absolutely. I totally agree with you, Aaron. Now, I want to thank you so much for coming down and speaking to the silver and gold community. I hope it brought some type of knowledge to everyone here, and we can both learn from each other, from cryptos, go and then cryptos learn from the precious metals community, which I
Yeah.
both believe. I believe we both have the same
Hmm.
fundamentals, and we both want to protect our purchasing power.
Yes.
We both want to have a store of value that's
Yes.
away from the US dollar and fiat
Yes.
currencies. So we both have the same values, but it just, I guess, depends on what you see fit and what your faith is. Just like we were talking about earlier. Do you want you want the crucifix, or do you want to go with the other way?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, yeah, thank you so much, Aaron. Everyone watching this, I highly recommend you go check out Aaron's YouTube channel. Subscribe to it. It's just the Better Traders on YouTube, or what is it called?
If you search for Aaron Dishner, you'll see my channel. I also have a moniker, mooninpapa, from
Moon and
years
Papa.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Moon and Papa.
Yeah.
Everybody, yeah, go search that up and go follow Aaron. But yeah, thank you so much, Aaron, for coming down.
Absolutely.
Talk to you soon.